Welcome to the Sphere IT podcast. We're broadcasting live from Insurtech Insights in London. Today, I've got the pleasure of introducing Marek Nelken, one of my good friends, someone I've known for over a year. Been working together on a mutually beneficial project. So please tell me a little bit about yourself, Marek.
I'm actually a sort of computer scientist by background, which is one of the reasons that Versus is sort of appealed to me separately from what we actually ended up doing. But I used to work in hedge funds and then got into Insurtech and now work for an MGA. So
Sure.
I'm kind of the tech guy for an MGA operating, well, primarily entirely at the moment in the USA. We've got plans for expansion elsewhere, but right now we're a big US company.
So can you tell me a little bit more about the MGA, the kind of the reason you're there? What was the mission and vision of that?
Well, so it's one of those more sort of like chance things. A lot of people in insurance often say they don't end up there. They end up there by chance. I think that's just one of the ways that the world works. Unless you've had a family member in insurance, maybe that's why to get you into it. But so I started off. I had a friend who wanted to do loss triangles work. Started working with him. Got into that, and we started doing the Insurtech thing. Ended up meeting lots of interesting people in the insurance industry, and then when I moved on from that, we just started sort of. There were a few people out had an idea. It's like an MGA is the thing to do right now. It's the right part of the market, and we know Marek, and he knows about tech, and let's get him to help us guide our tech journey.
Sure. So you're effectively the CTO for the MGA.
I think I'm legally the CTO.
Yeah,
Exactly.
And you basically architected a solution for the underwriting part of the business.
I think that's the best way to describe it. So I actually come from. I mean, this is why Versus is such a good match. I come from a Scala background. That's why I've been writing code in. I've kind of started to put together like a pricing and more kind of like the underwriting process system, and we were getting off the ground, but it's like, well, there's only one of me.
Sure.
Let's we need a bigger team, and from my perspective, I mean, there's probably a personal one. Loving Scala, it's like, let's go to Scala experts,
Sure.
and that was like, so yeah, and the transformation we've come from basically like almost a hobby model that we started off with to I mean, there's still work to do, but almost a finished product has been transformative, and that's why we've really enjoyed working with Vertus.
Yeah, we've enjoyed working with you. I think it's been a really good journey. What's different about the underwriting system that you've built? Where's the secret sauce, do you think, in terms of what it is?
This is a very interesting thing, and I mean, we're in Insurtech Insights. What I think you find is that a lot of people provide individual components of a solution, and there's nothing wrong with that, and that can be helpful, and that can be integrated. And actually, there's quite a lot of people of whom we're customers who provide data, and that all needs to be integrated. And it's just the integration, really. And I think the problem that the industry has is that there are good systems out there, and there's no question about that. But no one's really been able to kind of bring it all together. And we've had a good fortune that Kim, my colleague, who's basically runs the underwriting, has kind of built in a more sort of ad hoc manner, because she didn't have the full IT skills, built the underwriting process system. So we had like a skeleton outline of how to do underwrite. We say from soup to nuts, but basically from the quote from the request for a quote coming in to a fully finished policy, we've done that, and I think that's comparatively unique. As far as I'm aware, no one has quite managed to pull all things together. I think lots of people have got a good handle on different parts, but we've managed to put it all together. And we got to the point where it's like, well, we can't make any further development unless we get some come in mob-handed with some serious expertise.
Sure.
That's where Versus came in to help us actually realize that, so transforming basically the ideas of an underwriting manager into a fully fledged software system is a complex process, but Versus have helped us get there. Right?
Yeah. No, it's been a really good, really good experience, and we continue to be working together.
Yes,
into the future.
Well, I mean, I'd love to say we finished it. So I mean, you obviously, I'd love to say that we're going to need you for good. There's always and this is one of the troubles with insurance. Things always change. There's always new requirements. There's always adjustments, and I think a lot of the problems that other MGAs have in this space is that they may well have a system that works for them at one point, but when they have new requirements, getting that turnaround time, it can be 6 months, sending it off to an outside party with the help of Virtus and me as a conduit for this. We can get this functionality just turned around just like that, and really
I think that's always been a big problem in the legacy sort of underwriting systems world, where you think about the amount of time it takes to make key changes, to remodel your business for a new area. Translating that into a real software is really hard, and I think that's what you guys have definitely managed to do with your idea.
Yeah, and I think one of the really interesting things that Virtus has brought. I mean, it's like going from a one-man band to working with an expert team is that because Virtus it does software professionally. It's taken this it's a one-man this dog sort of like Heath Robinson sort of setup into something that's actually a proper software development process. So with testing and analysis, and that's been a huge input. That it's taken something that. I mean, we were getting by. We were getting by before, but now we're absolutely rocketing now, and it's amazing. And I really appreciate it from computer scientist. It's like I can't do all of those jobs, but having Virtus guys just build all this infrastructure and improve the code and come up with. So one of the things we're on Scala 3. Hopefully we'll be on Scala 3.3 or whatever it is now. Hopefully we're moving to 3.4 next week. Let's see.
Oh, wow.
Well, we'll see, because you never know. But it's keeping ahead. I think is really important. And I think a lot of the problems people have is legacy systems. It's like a lot of we're lucky because we're a relatively new company, but people are still using old IBM AS400 systems from the 80s. And we are literally at the cutting edge, and Virtus is helping us stay there, and that really works.
Yeah, I think that agility in modern technology and applying modern patterns and tooling and techniques is absolutely key in this world. That transferability, the open source nature of what you're doing, and it's really, really important.
Well, so an interesting conversation I had recently with some sort of people more on the investment sort of insurance side. Is that there's going to be a tipping point. Everyone is talking about automating their data transfer around the insurance industry, but still basically everyone generates spreadsheets. But these spreadsheets are being generated now in lots of cases by automated systems, and there's going to be a flip point where everyone just goes fully automated, and anyone who isn't there is going to be totally left behind. And it was an interesting concept. We agreed that's things like, ironically, we are still using all our sophisticated software to generate Excel spreadsheets, but when the time comes, we're ready to flip, and so will quite a lot of other players be. But then some people are going to be completely left behind, and then I think that's going to be that just keeps us future-proofs our business.
Good. Look, Marek, it's been brilliant speaking to you and catching up. I'm sure we'll have a beer later and have more discussions.
Yep.
Just so you know, Curotech is a very vibrant and successful MGA. They're going places. They've got some wonderful technology that's been built in collaboration with Virtus Lab. And if you want to know a little bit more about that particular piece of software, reach out to us. We're more than happy to share the idea and then the dream that exists within this platform. So thanks very much, and we'll catch you on the next episode.
Cool. Thank you.